Hello again everybody, welcome back to some more Landric Plays Hand of Fate 2. Last episode we retried the strength trial I think, and once again we got pounded into the dirt. And then we tried Kolbjorn's special companion quest, the Hoarfrost trial, where we wandered around in the icy wilderness in the dark for, well, until we starved to death. So that didn't go fantastically either. So today I think we're going to try the Justice card. So, we are going to help defend the Imperial Fort against waves of Northerner attacks. Okay, so obviously we're going to be fighting Northerners, and we're going to have some Precision Gambits and some Chance Card Gambits. So, we could bring Kolbjorn again, but he helps us with Dice Gambits. We could, let's bring Estrella instead, because she lets us retry Precision Gambit, so that seems to make sense. The Cheerful Woodcutter we managed to unlock last time, so it was one of the tokens we got despite failing, which was for the Brimstone card, the Deadly Forest I think, so it'll be interesting to see what comes of that. We might as well take Estrella's companion side quest as well. The Loan Shark has bitten us once before. We got endless waves of thieves and other nasties hunting us down. The Old Maiden, we could take that, which means we kind of want to bring the Fountain of Youth as well, because I think that means we can combine those two cards. Wow, we've got a lot of cards now. And the Fountain of Youth is... sorry, the Waterfall of Youth, totally separate, is all the way back there. Okay. Are there any other token cards we want to bring with us? Trading House, that's food for equipment. The Cunning Man. Trade Blessings, and so that's right, we get curses and things like that. We get to replay an encounter for a Chance Gambit, or we could get Cursed. Healing, the Mage's Workshop, One Drunken Night. No, let's not do that one again. Though I do like the idea of getting a Blessing. Fate Stealing. Okay, new. Doesn't have a token, but it does do something interesting and exciting. Or at least I hope it's exciting. We might as well bring one Platinum card with us. The Goblin Town. Oh, that's right, we get a lot of gold from this. Dealing with Thieves, we get to choose what we get. Let's go with Dealing with Thieves this time, and where was it? There was something I was after as well, wasn't there? I've already forgotten. Oh, that's right, because we're going with the Winter Solstice card, we ideally want a way to get a Blessing, so we'll go for Temple Prayers, I think. Is there anything else we want? Oh, we've got one card left over. So try and go with a new one again? Let's try and go with something new. Helpful Priest. That sounds like a good way to get a blessing as well. Okay, what do we want to bring with us? So if we're against Northmen, we want things that are good against Northmen. Ooh, those Scorched Blade, Flame Strikes and stuff, that sounds pretty amazing. It's good against mages. Winter's Bane, that definitely sounds like it's going to be good against the North. The Golden Shield, which we thought would be amazing, but it turns out it's just ornamental like the sword, so maybe let's not go for that. Nazgar's Reckoning. That doesn't sound like it's specifically good against the North, but, you know, swords and shields sound like a good combo for this. Go for the Dead Man's Hand again. Cry of Victory again, they're usually quite good. Will of the Emperor. Does that... I have a feeling that summons people. But it recharge... no, that must... this symbol means it recharges at the start of combat, I think. We'll bring it with us, we'll find out. Imperial Armor. Looks pretty impressive. Frontier Barber. Ooh, Freezing Defense, that sounds like a useful one to bring. Mask of Holy Fortunes, again, sounds... ooh. So the Lord's Diadem helps us with Precision Gambit, so maybe we'll bring that as well. What do we swap out? Perhaps we get rid of... we'll get rid of the Cry of Victory, just because we've seen it before. And we know this one will definitely be useful. We could... some rings would be nice as well. Everything would be nice, that's the problem. It's always the problem, isn't it? But we can bring some supplies with us as well. Night Sword. Don't really like the Night Sword. The special ability in it isn't particularly good, but we will bring the Soldier's Sword, because that's good against Northmen. We could start with the Crossbow, which I did quite like last time. Starting with some armor's quite good. Fate's Path. Maybe we just go with the armor and some extra food. Or maybe we risk it and we go with... Well, I say risk it. Let's go with the armor, that'll be fine. And what's the... How do we get the token on this? Charged bash abilities. Okay, we'll try that. So, I think our deck is all ready, our deck is all built. Let us start the quest.
The people in our lives have much to teach us. In your case, each one is a lesson to be learned. With their aid, you can discover the truth that lies at the center of this web.
Okay, this is a large map.
And enemies, friends and foes. The Empire has been all of those things to you. Yet ultimately, the Emperor lays dead by your hand.
Does it? Okay. What? That's interesting. I guess we'll find out how that came about. But anyway, map. The heroic Imperial General, Roldan the Fierce, has disappeared in the northern mountains during a diplomatic mission. A company has been sent to search for Roldan and his entourage. You have been enlisted as a scout for the group, given your experience with dealing with Northerners. You head off to catch up to the reinforcements who have established a small camp just outside of Empire territory. Okay, so there are some mountains. Ooh, lots of tokens as well. Okay, let's see what this is. Ah, here's the fort. Okay, we've completed our mission, you guys. All done. You're brought to the commander of the fort. Calius Pompeius. Tranquio is the commander. His large bulk is ill at ease with the thin mountain air, and he pauses only briefly to address you. Mercenary, we need supplies of wood and stone. Go out and find what you can for us. I'm not taking another step in these dreadful mountains until we've established a proper defence, the commander roars to his lieutenant as he hurries back to his tent. Roldan's recklessness led to his downfall, and I'll not repeat his mistake. A squad of soldiers makes ready to accompany you into the wilderness. The men are led by Captain Alpus, who seems far too young for his gloomy countenance. I hope you know your way around these mountains, he mutters as you leave the fort together. Okay, so we've got a little bit of fame. So we've got to gather wood and stone, and we've got 20 soldiers. We've got 20 soldiers with us. Okay. Interesting. So let's go this way, I suppose.
I hate them, even when they're helpful. You could have easily kept the priests out of this, you know.
We could have, but I want a blessing. A wandering priest who greets you in a friendly manner for a small share of your provisions, half of them, so I'm glad we... I don't know, is it good that we brought 5 food? It means he essentially takes 3 of it, but I guess we have an extra 2 left over. But yes, we'll give him half our food. So this is the one we want to keep an eye on. Did you follow where it went? Because I certainly didn't. Let's go with this one. Huge success! He speaks in the language of the old religion for several minutes and then gently touches your forehead. So we lose the food, we gain some fame, and we get a bonus to dice gambits, which is not super helpful in this one. But heavy ability buff. So weapon ability deals 50% damage in the next combat with a heavy weapon. Oh, just the next combat and just with heavy weapons. Not super thrilling. You pass a messenger on the road who gives warning of northerner raiding parties in the area. They may already know that we are here, Captain Albus warns. We should try to avoid facing them directly while we establish our defences. Okay, so they're the northern raiders. They're going to try and get to the fort, so we should try and avoid them.
We passed through the rivers and hoped to be washed clean, yet here we are.
The woodcutter greets you with a warm smile. This is the one we saw coming out of the burning forest. Well, hello there. Don't see many people near these woods. Are you injured? You didn't try and go in there, did you? He turns and gestures to the woods behind him, unwittingly swinging a pile of harvested lumber directly at your head. Really? We're going to have to make a skill check to stop being clobbered by... Aha! Huge success. Nice. You definitely duck beneath the swinging log and roll to safety. The woodcutter turns back to address you. I'm Erdal Thon, but my friends call me Thon. And you? He gasps when he sees you sprawled on the ground. This is no place to slumber, my new friend. He laughs and extends a sturdy arm to help you to your feet. Ask about the forest. The woods of Mortifernum are a strange thing. Some people say they sprung up overnight, causing a farmer to lose his whole herd. It's hogwash, of course, but people don't go in there. Thon removes a log from his shoulder and shows it to you, running his enormous hand across the grain. You see, the lumber here is in high demand. I'm told it makes the strongest, straightest spears and arrows, while craftsmen want it for carts, stables, and more. All I know is that people pay a pretty penny for what I bring back. Ah, Thon wags a large finger at you. You've already seen the danger of the woods, haven't you? You seem like a kindly sort, so I shall share with you my secret. He gestures at a simple gold ring adorning his right hand. A mysterious trader gifted it to me when I offered a favourable rate on some furs. She thought it a worthless trinket, but she had never visited these woods. I wore it for years before I ever came here. While others are troubled by shadow beasts and plagues, I am not. The woodcutter turns to address you. Oh, ask if you'd part with the ring. I'm paid well for the wood I collect, and I appear to be the only one who can harvest it. You would have to make me a very rich man if I were to give it up. He wants 100 gold for it. We've got 10. I don't think we can haggle him down to 10, but... you know, we might as well.
Back to the bones. I hope you have learned to be their master.
He wants 85 for it. I mean, we still can't afford that, but let's keep haggling.
Victory. You are learning.
I assume we can keep haggling until we fail one of these checks, and then I guess he'll probably refuse to part with it. 56. Let's try haggling once more, because we can't afford it anyway, so we might as well give it a shot. Oh, 20. That's fairly impressive, actually. 36. I mean, let's just haggle once more. We'll just keep haggling until we can haggle no more. There we go, we fail. Ah, so we can re-roll still. And we mightily fail that, but never mind. If we'd have had the 36 gold, I probably would have paid it. Oh, okay, so we can just keep haggling until he refuses. Oh, I wonder if we can go back to that card, because if we can pick up some gold along the way, that'd be quite useful.
Stone will be key to your success.
Aha! So we found a quarry, so we can presumably use it to get the stone. Stumble across a deserted quarry, discarded tools and wooden carts litter the area. Direct the soldiers to gather food, and to gather stone, which costs us food, and we are out of food. Or will be shortly. So we gather 33 stone. So I guess now we need to go back to the fort. Oh, we can't report back until we've gathered the wood as well. Well, at least here's the store.
Each step hoping to survive. Find food if you can.
Well, we have. Luckily for us. Don't think we want to sell any equipment yet. Let's have a look at the map. So there's the journey north. There is a light forest. Presumably that's where we get the wood then.
Do what you can to find more food.
Okay, so this one's a precision gambit. Let's see if we can...
The pendulum swings like a sigh.
There we go. Easy peasy.
Bearing hope or failure.
So 1 food for 50 wood. If there's 100 wood left, then... oh. Can we... we can't just do this one again, so we'd have to move off of it and back onto it.
The study of wood is the study of steel. For without the ability to cut, our tools are nothing.
That's very zen. I want to try and get it while it's above one of the silver ones, just so if I do miss it. But I don't, so it's fine. So presumably we've harvested all the wood in the area.
From here.
There we go. But now let's see if we can go back here.
You should buy food. You can't, of course.
Yeah, it's nice that he knows that we've got no food or gold. Anyway, so we get 5 life, because the medic sees us. Commander Tremico makes a cursory inspection of the wagon of wood on your return. Good work, men. He commends the troops who accompany you before quickly retreating to his tent. Keep searching the hills. We will need stone as well. You may visit the mess tent for supplies so long as you remain useful to us. So we get some fame. Ooh. Let's go with the Scorched Blade. So the diadem, I think, helps us with the precision gambit, but extra damage to Northerners? Ooh, though we don't have the fame for it. Maybe we just grab it anyway. keep it for later. Visit the mess tent. Enter a tent filled with the unpleasant aroma of hardy soldiers and unidentifiable food. We secure some supplies. We get 5 food. I hear the Northerners can move through these hills like ghosts in the wind. They come out of nowhere to kill and then vanish again. So inspect the defences. Fortify the base camp before he sends us into the mountains. Okay. Aha, so we can actually tell him we want to construct some defences to defend against these Northerns, and I think that's probably a good idea. So if we say... So we can construct a palisade, or we could construct wooden spikes and ballistas, which would actually be better overall, I guess? Only just, but yes, better overall. Though getting the palisade would let us upgrade the gatehouse. I don't know which we do. I also don't know whether these take... Let's go for the spikes. And then... so they do take time to construct. So maybe we should have gone for the gatehouse, because that would have been all done in one go, rather than having us having to come back and say, oh, actually, I want you to construct this. Never mind. Off back to the quarry. It's possible that the spikes maybe will be done quicker, so they'll actually be done in time before this. Whereas if we'd gone for the palisade, maybe it wouldn't. Who knows? Okay. Success again. So we get 26 stone. So we're not going to make it back there in time, but let's do this. Gather some more stone. Oh no, huge failure. So, a being of lava and stone emerges from the tunnel, killing 4 soldiers and retreating into the dark. Wow, okay, that was very bad. We got 1 stone for it. News from the fort. We lost 58 soldiers, so we've got 922 left. Okay. That's not ideal. Is there going to be a...
The game is a bridge between this world and the next, reaching forward into the nothing beyond.
Interesting. So we could build a bridge over this pass that would let us essentially take a shortcut across the board, I guess. So let's... And we can afford it, so let's build a bridge. Nice. So yes, we're back in the river. Let's report back and see what happens. We'll pick up some more food. Okay, so we just have to reach 1,000 defense. I read that as 100. Oh, interesting. We can also construct other things. So extra food, build wood structures faster, build stone structures faster. Interesting. Let's get a... Ooh, let's get a watchtower. Reveal the whole map. And then we'll see if we can find another source of wood. We'll go back this way. Across the bridge. Dealing with thieves. What do we want? Ah, failure is not good. So this means we get 2 platinum gain cards and I think 1 brimstone card as well. Yeah. Okay, that's not so bad, particularly if it comes up when we've got 0 gold. And we've been attacked by raiders.
Too large for you to handle on your own. Let them pass.
Let's attempt to hide. Okay,
here we see yet another wheel, each different, yet each bearing their own similarities.
No. Fail. You and your Imperial allies...
You should have taken your time.
Shush you. At the moment you realise that the trailing soldiers have failed to hide their tracks. Okay, it said we're severely outnumbered. I'm not sure that's entirely true, but maybe this is just, you know, the vanguard of the raiding party, and there's actually going to be a huge horde or host of them behind. So we can sort of vanquish these ones and flee across the mountains.
We are
probably more dramatic than it needs to be, but oh well. Okay, let's make fairly quick work of these. The ripostes are pretty useful against the Northerners, not to mention a whole horde of Imperial troops doesn't hurt either. There we go, and jab. Easy peasy. So, I don't know if that defeats the raiding party and saves the fort. Aha, now we can use our sword.
Power is yours to use.
0 Empire soldiers were lost in combat, 5 Northerners were killed. I guess they just carry on. Let's try going this way. Another river. So they're going to attack the fort again. Oh, and they're following us this way, of course they are. So let's try and avoid them by swimming up the river this time. Okay. So we're waiting until these sink up like that. But luckily if we'd have failed this one, Estrella would have been able to give us another go. Okay, we managed to swim. If we go this way, they are going to keep following us. Oh, we're out of food again.
Old woods and old secrets dwell here.
And of course we can't gather the wood because we have no food. Whoops. So at least that doesn't cost us food because it's revealed. So food mostly becomes a how long can you gather for. Aha, so the watchtower was done, so now we can see where everything is. That's quite good. So now at least we can definitely go for example, the Waterfall of Youth and then take that to the Old Maiden. And then go to Temple Prayers and then Winter Solstice and... okay, interesting. So that opens up a lot of options. It does mean the fort may be less defended perhaps though. So let's go to the mess tent, we'll get some food. Inspect the defences. Is there anything else we can build? Could still build a mason or something like that. We do really want like a palisade or something, so I guess we head for those dense woods first. But while we're doing that then, perhaps we build the joinery, which will make that build faster. That seems like a sensible plan. And if we're lucky, we'll also avoid all of these raiders. They are going to keep attacking the fort though, which isn't great. Okay, we'll direct the soldiers to gather. Ooh, that's a tricky challenge. I think maybe we just go for the... Oh! Nope. Yeah, we'll retry that. I think, yeah, we are just going to have to go for the silver this time. That's really tricky. Whew, even that we only just managed.
Nicely timed.
Oh, thank you. So we lose 1 food, we get 40 wood. We need 70 at least, so we're going to have to sort of go here and back. Okie dokie. Ah, interesting. I sort of assumed we wouldn't be able to get through that sort of wooden bit at the side. Okay. So actually I think I'm going to try and do one more.
It would be better to avoid the Fae. It is not my place to tell you what to do, however. The game will determine that.
Laying in a field on a warm summer's day, high up in these icy mountains on the border. You spy a tiny figure. You leap forth to catch her. Okay. Success! You cup her in your hands and peer inside. Let me go, she squeaks, and I'll grant you a wish. Excellent. Let's grab something from the wheel. Huge success. Ah, excellent. You place her onto a flower.
Should help.
Bless you. Here is something for your journey, she says as she vanishes. We get a blessing. Your companion ability cooldown charges 20% faster. Okay. Not... now this is what I was hoping for. We get to retry any chance card gambit. Guardian Angel is pretty fantastic. The fort is taking a bit of a beating. We could go for the Waterfall of Youth, but it'll mean essentially running away from these raiders, so I think we go back this way, we gather some more food, not food, wood, and then we go back to the fort and start... Oh, close. Then we build up its defences a little bit more. Okay, not gold, but I'll take the silver in this
Breathe.
case.
You have done well.
So this is a really different sort of quest than we've seen before at all. It's really interesting. Okay, we've only got 1 food left as well. So how's the fort doing? Apparently we took some prisoners in the last attack. They have little useful information but claim to have travelled through the eastern mountains via a tunnel that emerges near an old quarry. So next time we're in the quarry, I guess we can get through these mountains. Interesting. Which would save us going all this way around. I'm not sure we actually need to go to any of these places though. Unless this is the presumably the raiders' base. Let's inspect the defences. Let's make that palisade. Let's visit the mess tent to get some more supplies. And then... let's go down this way. So, I don't think we actually need any more... Actually, let's inspect the defences. Oh, I want to know what I could build. Because I was going to say, I just want to go this way and go to the I forgot the name of it, the card here, the Winter Solstice, just to see what happens. So I think we can leave without the soldiers. Maybe we'll move faster or require less food or something like that. Can't chop that. Temple prayers. Unfortunately, don't have enough gold to make a donation. But we still have a number of blessings. So, on the longest night of winter, the townsfolk of Steigl set up around a huge bonfire to celebrate the victory of light over darkness. The one night the Empire turns a blind eye to the outlawed use of magic. You join a group of peasants close to the fire. Taking a sip, the woman beside you offers you a goblet. You politely accept the pungent potion and take a quick swig. Warmth rushes through your body and you fall into a deep hypnotic trance as you stare into the dancing flames. The townsfolk chant, calling on the mountain spirits. In a flurry of snow, spirits descend and join the festivity. A curious white owl perches next to you and speaks. I sense a magical air about you. If you feel particularly inclined, will you share your blessings in exchange for longevity? I will give you 1 blessing. The creature lets out an ear-piercing squawk. I will give you the Hammer of the Gods because I don't want it. A tingling sensation flows through your body. 15% max life. Lovely. And do we get the... Oh, we don't get the token, so presumably we'd have to trade 2 blessings for that. Ugh, that's kind of annoying. Okay, but we wake, we spot a few unconscious Empire guards, and we are on our way. Okay. Not exactly thrilling, and we didn't even get the token, but oh well. But we've made a palisade, good for us. Let's inspect the defences. So if we wanted to make a gatehouse, that would require 70 wood and 10 stone, so I guess we have to go back to the, what's it called? The place. But I'm going to start constructing the mason while we're here. Visit the mess tent. Only 3 food this time. Oh, up to 5 I suppose it gives us. Alright, let's head out. And if we have a look at the map, is there anywhere else we can get wood? Doesn't look like it. It looks like this is the only other wood, so this is where we get all of the wood from, I guess. Alright, let's do that. So I guess we just sit here and gather as much wood as we possibly can and then go back. And then we'll have to do something about the quarry. Ooh, only just. No, I think we'll take that, because we might need you again in a second. Okay, so we gather a little bit more wood. So yeah, they keep sending raiders to the fort, so we are going to take a lot of casualties, I imagine. Oh, that's a shame. It's a nice slow one, and I still messed it up. There we go. That's what I was hoping for.
That will set you in good stead from here.
50 wood. So 613 soldiers remain. That's not ideal. I think we need as many defences as we possibly can get. So I always assumed these little bits of wood here blocked the beam that we're sort of shooting into them, or however on earth that works. Okay, we're losing more soldiers. I think the number of northerners attacking is going up, but the defences are going up as well, which is good. Let's go for this. I don't think it actually matters, because... Oh, you're kidding me.
The pendulum is ever changing, and the challenges it presents change too.
Whew, that looked like we weren't going to make it at all. Okay. Let's go back to the fort. We've got our supplies. Actually, we've got 2 food left. We might as well go to the quarry and investigate that while we're here. Let's redraw. Thank you, Guardian Angel. There we go, there's our huge success. So we lose a food, there we find the tunnel system. So we remove that mountain, essentially. So that token shows up there. Interesting. Let's go and investigate that. We'll use up our last food.
Passage. Perhaps you can make it harder for the Northerners to progress.
That would be ideal. One old Imperial map had a Greyfell tunnel listed, but I had no idea that it still existed. Hours later they return and report it leads through to the other side of the mountains. There's clear evidence that the Northerners have used this path for years. Is this the only way out on this side? We can't be completely sure, but it looks like it. Alpus turns to you saying, we could fortify the entrance on this side, make the tunnel even smaller, then even a small garrison could hold the pass. It would force those barbarians to take a different... So it'll stop them going this way around, essentially. So yeah, we'll fortify the tunnel entrance. We've still got plenty of wood. He's also got the soldiers, so we can't gather any more resources, but we haven't got any food anyway. So haha! You pass a messenger on the road who pauses to give you an update from the tunnel garrison. I don't know how they possibly could have beaten us here, but oh well. A band of Northerners tried passing through the Greyfell tunnel, they couldn't reach the defences and turned back. Excellent. So we're limiting the number of attacks that are going to hit the fort, or at least they're all going to hit it from this direction now. Okay, inspect the defences. Let's build a gatehouse, and then... Well, actually, maybe we just go straight for the central tower. Cool, and then we'll go back this way and see what else we can do. 270, yeah, I'm not sure how... Oh wait, no, whoops. We didn't go to the mess. Let's go back. Visit the mess, get supplies. There, now we can actually gather stuff. 30% done, okay. Let's go gathering then. I was just seeing if the raiders would come and attack us, and they do. So do we get to help hold them off?
Savages, and for how long?
Okay, that was a lot of them. But maybe we can minimise the losses of the fort if we're here to help defend it. Though perhaps we're better placed to actually go and gather resources and stuff from elsewhere. Who knows? So we've still got a lot of defences to build if we need to get it up to 1,000. Alright, let's aim for that shaman because they're going to heal them. Okay, so we got trapped and iced right from the start, which isn't ideal. They're going to start healing and we need to disrupt that as much as we can. Fiery attacks do bonus damage to the Northerners. There's just so many people around, I can't pick my targets very easily. Getting hit from all sides. I think we're just going to focus on neutral now. There we go. Let our abilities charge. Sort of cut our way through all of this way with our burning sword. That's much better. I'm not sure where those arrows are coming from. Are they on our side? I feel like they might be. But I'm not going to stand in there and check. 11 Northerns were killed, 2 Empire soldiers were lost. Oh, that's the initial skirmish. After the battle, there's 86 soldiers killed or injured, so we've got 421 soldiers left. I think we might lose the fort at this rate. still, it's an interesting challenge. It makes you think a lot more, yeah, or in a very different way to the rest of the game. So maybe we'll come back and do this. I'm assuming if we lose the fort, we don't get the gold token. So maybe we'll come back and try it another time. So we're going to want probably some stone and wood. So let's get a little bit of stone. Do we? Let's be greedy and try and go for a huge success. Oh well, nothing lost there. So we get 33 stone. So I think we'll go for.
Here's a token for you, if you can earn it.
We'll go for sort of 2 loads of what's it called? 2 loads of stone. There we go. Huge success, and then 3 loads of wood. That seems like a good ratio. Where is the? It's down here, isn't it? So actually, we'd have to go all the way around this way. All right, let's do that then. That's going to advance time, so they're going to move this way, and then we can just go down here. And we can go gather some wood. Hooray, more precision gambits. No, I think we take any success we can get here, and then we use Estrella to retry them when we fail. Oh no, raiding party. Let's go for the chance gambit because we've got the guardian angel. There we go, success. You hide beneath a rock, they continue, and we presumably stay here. Ah, okay. So we can't actually get there because the raiders are still there, so let's go this way. And we'll see if we can do this instead, and that'll give us something to do. Failure, let's redraw. Success, there we go. Both the sisters are at the door, full-grown adults. They're not having one of their spats. Thank you for your assistance the other day. As promised, here is the citrine vial. I've already filled it from the waterfall, so now we have a potion of youth. Avonus insists you stay for some pie before you go, fresh from the oven. Oh, excellent, we get 10 food. That was actually really worthwhile. So we'll collect some more wood, and then we'll probably try and drop off the potion to the old maiden and get that token from that card finally. Okay, here goes. Nope, we'll stick with that one again. It would be nice if we could queue up more defences. You know, there are plenty of soldiers at the fort. You'd think they won't just sit around doing nothing until we personally go back and tell them what they need to do, but such is life. Okay. Oh, not only do we not get the failure, but we do get the gold one as well, but only just. Wow. 60 wood from that. Okay, let's do one more. And then we'll go get that thing. Though, the longer we leave it, of course, the more likely the fortress is to fall. So we've got to be careful about that. We do get another 60 wood. So how many soldiers are left? 355. Okay. Let's go down here, go down here. That'll advance that, and then I guess we chase these all the way to the fort. There we go. Walking through a shady forest, you encounter a frail old maiden. She stops to greet you. For centuries I have helped the mortals who find themselves lost in my forest, but not once has one helped me. You have something I desire. Give it to me. In exchange I will offer you something no mortal has ever beheld. Yes, we'll give it the potion of youth. She pours the entire contents of the vial into her mouth. And we get a token.
Done.
And she becomes the maiden. Within moments the potion takes effect. The old woman transforms into a youthful maiden. I thank you for your generosity, mortal. Now I may continue helping your kind for centuries more. So we get 8 fame, and we get the Elven Ring. So at the beginning of every new map, we draw one blessing card.
The days
wow.
came and went. The world has left them behind.
That is really, really good. Let's ask for gold, why not? Just in case something comes up where we can use it for. I'm assuming we'll only get the what's it called, the event that takes half of our gold, but now at least we've got something to be taken, hooray. Alright, let's go help defend the fort again. inspect the defences, and let's go for the gatehouse. And then we'll make a barbican as well. So I guess we don't really need to go out on another gathering mission. What we need to do is just build faster. I hope our presence here actually makes a difference. So obviously in the first skirmish we lose a pair of soldiers, but do we lose less in the overall battle? I'm guessing we probably don't, but I hope we do. Alright, let's go for the shaman straight away again to stop them healing everyone. At least I dodged all of the bowlers that time. So they are incredibly frustrating. Oh, never mind. Nope, no more healing. Stop it at once. Good. Dodge out of that. There you are. Keep chasing you around. Use our special ability there to dodge the bowler as well. Where have they gone? Ah, they're over there at the back. So at least they don't heal themselves, that's quite good. So we are slightly sluggish now, because of that. He helps free us from the bowlers. Good, that's very nice of him. It's slightly unfair, we got attacked twice. Alright, come on. We can get rid of them. There we go. Then we get to use our flaming attack, which does a lot more damage. Suddenly we're cutting through them like a flaming knife through butter. Getting the hang of dodging those at least. Come in, there we go. Set you on fire as well. Finish you off with a riposte. Lovely. Okay, so the fort is hopefully managing to hold. Okay. So we lost 279 soldiers. Sorry, no, we lost 69. Ah, nice. But there are 279 left, so we can probably hold off like maybe 2 to 3 at a push more assaults. Hopefully, as the defences are built, we'll get more and more defences and less, fewer and fewer losses. Gather some stone, because we might as well. Nope, we'll take that huge success. Let's just travel through this tunnel just to see if we get a token for that. And then maybe we can intercept these on the way. Ah, so we have to actually roll a dice to make it through. And because of the divine assistance, we made it. Well, we'd have met the target at least. As you make the long journey through the dark tunnels, you spot something glinting faintly in the torchlight. On the ground, you find a curious ring and put it into your pack to examine later. Ah, excellent, so we just get some bonus loot for doing that. The fort has now been upgraded further still, so let's rush our way back there and try and build some more stuff. Do we want to gather some stone as we're here? I guess we might as well. I don't know if we'll be back in time. Yes, we'll redraw that. There we go, huge success again. I don't know if we actually need this stone. But hopefully we'll have plenty of resources. We might need more wood, I expect. Let's put down a barbican. And then that's actually all the defences left except for the ballista. So let's do that. So 0%. Let's leave to go. Oh, I should have checked how many resources we need to get the next bit. Drat. If it's more than 130 food and 40 wood, 100. Yeah, we've got plenty. So how many to go now? 50%. So if we do that once more, it should be done. Question is, will they survive? Inspect the defences. Let's build some ballistas. There we go. Leave the fort. We'll try and hold the invaders back, and then hopefully that will be completed before this raiding party gets there, and the fort will survive. So it's interesting. This this map, we've been very unconcerned for our own safety. We've never felt lacking in food or health. It's just about sort of planning and strategizing about what resources you gather and stuff like that. It's a very different type of map. It's nice. I like it. It makes a change, certainly from getting beaten into the dirt by that bloody ogre. So you know. It'd be nice if it felt like this particular sort of battle that we're doing over and over again had more impact on the defense of the fort. Okay, let's make sure you fleeing again. We'll add some flaming to our sword to try and take you out faster. And then, good, no more healing. Cost all of your attacks. Oh, failed to as well, so we lose that bonus, which is a bit unfortunate. Just punch our way through everyone. It's the way to do it. And then there we go. Do a diving bash on you. There we go. One more combat done. So that was getting a little bit tiresome, but you know, it is what it is. So hopefully that means we're fully upgraded. Got 8 soldiers lost. 272 soldiers remain. I think we're managing to save the fort. So, maybe we should just be going to this northern village. But I'll come back to the fort just to see if we get something for it reaching its full defences. Inspect the defences, 50%. Oh right, yeah, because we just left. So let's leave and go back. So we'll trigger this, blah blah blah, and then we'll see. There we go, 1,000 of 1,000. So report back. As you enter the fort, you are summoned to meet with Commander Trenico. You find him standing over a dishevelled Imperial soldier. It was a trap, the soldier stammers. We were lured to the village with promises of peace, but their warriors, thousands of them, had snuck behind us. We didn't stand a chance. How did thousands of them sneak around you? Tremico turns to Captain Alpus and says, "Ready the men. If what this man claims is true, then Roldan may already be dead. I saw a barbarian monster drag him off his horse with my own eyes," the soldier declares wild-eyed. "It was covered in ice that no blade could pierce. Except for maybe a flaming sword." Tremico dismisses the man. "Mercenary, you will lead my men to this village immediately. Bring me their leader, and we will have the truth."
Try as you might, you fall short of greatness.
Defeat the Northerner army. Interesting. Ah. So we needed 500 soldiers. So we... okay. So the fortress stands, but because we lost so many soldiers, we don't get the gold token, so we'll have to try this again at some point. But as long as we can get justice for Roldan, then we may we'll salvage the silver token at least. Alright, off we go then. So we'll take this hidden passage through here, try and avoid these fights. And hey, we've unlocked some new cards and some new tokens, so even if we don't get the golden token from this, we at least managed to... Oh, that's right. There's this card as well.
Your supplies are running low.
They're fine. Forsaken, weeps the mayor as he packs his sizable collection of handkerchiefs into a large trunk. "When they gave me this backwater town, I thought I'd be a king. Now look at me. Not even a fair warning." Estrella chastises the flustered old mayor. "You're supposed to lead these people. Will you not stand for them against the Empire?" A flicker of recognition crosses the mayor's face. "Oh, oh! The peasants will have to leave their entire livelihoods behind." Then he returns to packing, attempting to squash some golden buckles into the near-bursting travel case. Estrella sighs and leaves Farwater's mayor to make his shameful getaway in peace. "This was my home, you know." She draws her pistol and begins to polish it absent-mindedly. She explains that an Imperial Legion intends to use this town as a stronghold in a war against the North. Well, that's a fitting location for it. Estrella was assigned to break the news to the mayor and the townspeople, that they must pack what they can and leave. "I believe the Empire means to punish me for defying orders during the corruption outbreak in the Old City. I'll surely be tried for treason if I do not comply this time." Okay. The city is already crowded to the battlements with people. Many of the Old City's refugees had to leave and seek shelter elsewhere. And that is by the capital. There is little nearby but forests in Northern Territory. I can't imagine where these people will go. My family's all dead, from war mostly. Such is the risk of having a family of soldiers, although I believe I have a distant aunt married to some minor lord across the sea. Yes, we were there. We helped save the people from the corruption outbreak. Okay, continue. Estrella paces back and forth, the gold empire pins of high office glinting on her belt. Perhaps it is not so bad. It is the nature of war, I suppose. The mayor is useless here, of course, but I know of someone who would help the peasants. The familiar confidence returns to her face. She sheathes her pistol and stands. Come, we're going to visit the peasant king.
It seems the leadership falls to you and to yours.
Okay, so that card was just listen to a whole bunch of story and get a token for it. That's, you know, I'm glad we came this way. We get fate stealing as well. We do not control fate's course, but we can examine the weave and guide your path. Or you can carve your own path. Carve it through the Black Knight's heart, and you will be rewarded. I do like rewards. Ooh, a Brimstone card. A bold choice. Good fortune will smile upon you as long as you survive. Defeat the Black Knight outright for a king's bounty. Well, we've defeated him once. I'm sure we can defeat him again. And then we have to go and fight an army of Northerners, so let's try not to get scratched up too much in this case. Here he is, the Black Knight. Ooh, he looks a bit more on fire than when we saw him last.
Overwhelm them.
Okay, we've got 40 seconds to beat him. So I don't think we have ever managed to beat him that handily. But this time we do have Estrella with us, so perhaps she'll manage to help us out, and we'll smash through his armour and then finish him off. 20 more seconds left. We've had half our time. Can we do it? Well, we might get his armor off. I don't know if we'll be able to finish him off. Nope, didn't quite make it. That's worth a shot though. I'm surprised we had so little time. You live, and that is fortune in itself. Like the sun, fate shines on all that is not in shadow. Okay, so we do get something for just surviving. Ooh, that looks shiny and platinum. Oh, we missed that. Damn. But we do get... oh, we reveal some encounters. That's not super helpful. Yeah, that did nothing. Oh well.
Bring the battle to their door.
You lead the army to the edge of the forest surrounding the northern village. The mountain men gather before their shaman, who stands chanting over a pile of corpses. The sight of a bloodied scrap of cloth makes Alpus gasp in recognition. The bodies, it must be Roldan and his men. As you watch, the shaman concludes her ritual and the corpses are consumed by green flame. From the ashes rises a monster, a frightful construct of ice and steel. They're desecrating our men, one of the shoulders cries out. The Northmen below turn to regard the tree line with suspicion. Good job, soldier. Having lost the element of surprise, Alpus gives the command to attack. So, Frost Tyrant and a whole bunch of Northerners. Luckily we've still got our fancy flaming sword. We didn't really find a whole lot of equipment on this run. I suppose we could have stacked the deck in our favour. We mostly stacked it with blessings rather than equipment. But I'm glad we pulled out the sword. If we'd have just pulled out a shield, then that would have been okay, but not quite as helpful as this, I think. Wow, okay, so that's the Northern Champion. His cold eyes meet yours, and you can sense the many who have died at his hand. Roldan is merely the most recent. Tyrants favour regenerative ice armour that stops standard attacks, blah blah blah. Use
I liked things when they were black and white. You make life complicated.
Hey, I like making life complicated. Okay, let's finish you off while we can. Cut our way through the rest of you. Okay, so at some point we're going to want to come back. Maybe, perhaps we'll manage to save Roldan if we have enough soldiers. I suppose technically we're wasting time by moving backwards and forwards for those, what are they called? Gathering all of those resources. I wonder if we could just race to the village. We might have to try that at some point. Oh, okay. So let's see if we can do a little bit of damage before his armor regenerates. He's just surrounded by Empire soldiers. Just keep pushing him into this, what's it called, cart. There we go. Sweet. smash off his armour, and then use a special attack to finish him off for good. That was a very easy fight, considering how much they built that up. But, you know, fight's a fight. So we managed to do that. As the fighting in your vicinity dies down, you pause to take stock of the two armies locked in combat. You find yourself outnumbered as the Northerners cut down the remaining Imperial soldiers. Oh. The Empire has lost the field, but you have defeated their champion. Okay, so I guess that's why we needed the 500... Interesting.
You have built your towers right into the heart of northern territories and held them against great forces.
Ooh, they're particularly shiny. So, the Spiked Bone Guard, the Northern Justice, the Shield of Aegle. So, Pat, these sound like they'll come in very handy when we attempt this again. We also get Carriage of the Departed, Spyglass, Illicit Trade, and Raider Prevention. The Worker's Hammer. Aha. And a whole bunch of other tokens that we got along the way. Lovely. So restoring the Maiden, we now get the Maiden card. It's a Platinum card, so that's probably much better than the previous one. And if it gives you that ring every time, that will be excellent. We get the Bullseye ring from going through the tunnel. And we get the next step of Estrada's quest, where we go and visit the Peasant King. Excellent, well that was a fairly fruitful encounter. So we may not have gotten the gold token, but I think that was quite a good run. So there we go, I won silver. I think that's the first silver token we've got.
Toward the end of our tale, and here true magic begins. The gates have been opened, and now we must merely pass through them.
Okay, so we've unlocked a couple more challenges. I think we're going to keep going up them in order, and we'll sort of go back and fill out these ones later on. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this series so far, and I will see you in time for the next episode. Bye bye.